Good morning and welcome to day 18 and the final full day of the road trip. Today we are waking up in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains before sunrise because I had a lot of stuff planned today. I'm gonna close this door because it's freezing outside. But I got my heater on in here so it's nice and warm. But I had a bunch of stuff planned today to go do and see a bunch of stuff before I went home. But I just looked some of it up and a lot of it's closed for the winter. I wanted to go to this safari park that is in Virginia that you can kind of drive through, and like they have like buffalo and deer and a bunch of stuff that come up to your window and you like feed them out of the window. I thought that would be a cool thing to do on the last day, but I just looked at their website and realized that they're closed until March of 2023, so we can't do that. But I've got a couple other things that we can do for backups today, so we're probably just gonna go check them out, and I'm so glad that I woke up early because we still have a 4-hour drive to get to the closest place that I want to get to today. So let's make some breakfast and then get out of here. So I'm probably gonna use the last of what we have left from the Mountain Man breakfast. We got some bacon, we got some sausage, we got some eggs. It's so beautiful out there. I wish I could keep the door open, but it's just way too cold. It's like 25 degrees. I'm not opening the door while I cook breakfast. I can do it at night, but not in the morning. Very excited to be getting home tomorrow though. It's been a long time. I'd open up the door there a little bit because this bacon is really starting to smoke up the van. There we go. Now we just gotta wait for these to be done, and then we're eating and hitting the road. We even got a little bit of orange juice left still. Not much, but enough for a couple sips. I can't believe today's the last day of this trip. Like, it feels like I just started this trip yesterday, but it also feels like I started 10 years ago. I don't know. I'm kind of sad it's ending, but I guess it's not really the end. More so, a new beginning. All right, we've got our coffee. Breakfast is made and eaten. The van is cleaned up. Let's hit the road to Virginia. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. Let the van warm up for a little bit, and then we're off. All right, she's warmed up enough. Peace out, Blue Ridge. Until next time, let's go. Go. We are here. So a little fun fact about Natural Bridge State Park, which is what this is right here. It was the first kind of landmark that I ever went to when I first left on my trip 2 years ago. So it's pretty cool to be back here. But yeah, let's head inside.
Same to you.
I should get one ticket.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
You have a good day.
It's so funny, when I was driving here, I was going like 80 miles an hour in the 65 zone. And there was a lady in a white truck behind me, and I guess I wasn't going fast enough for her. So she drove past me, flicked me off, and then proceeded to drive right in front of me for 20 miles behind another car. And when she flicked me off, I kind of just laughed because it was almost comical how angry she was that I wasn't going fast enough. So that was pretty funny. But we made it to the park. There's some nice waterfalls right when you come down the first set of stairs. And then in total, I think there's 113 stairs that we got to walk down until we get to the bridge itself. So I'm gonna walk down some stairs. festive. There she is. So when we pulled in here, we actually drove over that bridge. There's a road that goes right over it that you have to take in order to get in here. But it is absolutely massive. And it's probably one of the coolest spots that you can go to that are natural on the East Coast. And I don't know if the camera does it justice for just how big this bridge is, but it's huge. There's icicles and stuff falling from the top. I don't know how state that is. They're like little icicle daggers. So if you follow this trail, and it takes you down a good amount of this river, but I don't think I'm gonna walk to the end of it because once you get to a certain point, it's kind of just the same from then on out. So we'll walk up here a little bit and then we'll just head back out. All right, so I think this is as far as we're gonna go. Up here, we'll check out this cave real quick. See the ice building up down there. I feel like something's about to come out of there and just grab me. Yeah. Anyways, if you live in the area or if you're driving through, highly recommend checking out this place. It's pretty cool. All right, went in the gift shop, got myself another Christmas present. And I was gonna go to like a local sit-down restaurant, but it took me a little bit longer to get up here and peruse through the gift shop. So I'm just gonna grab some Arby's on the way to Luray Caverns, which, fun fact, is my favorite fast food restaurant. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but it is. And I won't bore you guys with another montage of me driving because the landscape looks pretty much the same as it has for the last 4 or 5 videos. So I'm just gonna teleport there. And there we go. Just like that, we're here. All right, let's go in and check out these caverns. All right, that was pretty cool for a last stop on this trip. It's definitely a little bit warmer in there. I didn't realize that it is the same temperature all year round, no matter how cold it is outside. So it's definitely a little warmer in there than I expected. But yeah, I think that's the last stop before we head to our campsite for the night, which isn't that far from here and is only actually an hour away from my house. I don't really need to go get a campsite tonight. I just want to end this trip at the first place that I ever camped because I think that'd be pretty cool. So I'm gonna head there now. And also, this campsite isn't anything spectacular. It's actually just a park and ride next to a 7-Eleven in this industrial park. So it's actually pretty crappy. I just want to spend my last night there for the memories. All right, so I wasn't sure when I put it in my maps that this was actually the right place because I didn't really remember the exact spot. I just thought that this looked like it on the map, but this is definitely the spot where I stayed my first night. I remember driving down this road and that building and then those big telephone poles right next to the parking lot. So this is it right here. I told you guys that it wasn't much. It is legitimately just a commuter parking lot for the Metro, and it's only like an hour and a half away from my house. I don't know why this was the first spot I stayed, but it was. So there you go. And there we go. This is where I got my first taste of what van life is really like. Right here in this exact spot. It's literally just a parking lot right off the highway that I sat in for 8 hours and worked my 9 to 5. Now we're back. Today was a very long day, and I'm probably gonna be up kind of early tomorrow to get out of here and get back home. And this is typically the part where I would end the video, but since I'm going home tomorrow, I'm going to extend it to tomorrow and finish up once I get home. So don't leave the video. This isn't the end, but I will catch you guys in the morning. Good morning. It is finally the day, the last day when I get to go home. So last night was I think the coldest night we've had so far. It got down to like 20 degrees. And I actually ran out of diesel in the middle of the night, so I had to drive down to the 7-Eleven that's down the road and go pick some up. But I'm not even gonna make breakfast today. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna hit the road because I wanna get home, I wanna see my dogs, and I really need a shower. So let's make some coffee and hit the road. I also can't wait to not wash these dishes by hand and put them in my parents' dishwasher, because that'll be nice. I gotta put some socks on. This floor is absolutely freezing. I feel like my feet are freezing off. It's gonna feel so weird getting home and having my van with me. Usually when I'm home, it's after I've taken a flight and all I have is a suitcase. It's gonna feel nice to have everything here with me. But also weird because I haven't been home for an extended period of time in 8 months. So look at this. Ground is like completely frozen right there with the frost. Shows you how cold it got last night. And it's only supposed to get colder too. I am so unbelievably glad that I'm getting home when I am, because it is about to be absolutely freezing across the entire country. Like almost everywhere, even as far south down as Texas is getting hit by this like Arctic blast where the temperatures are supposed to be 1 to -5 degrees. And I'm glad that I left when I did and I don't have to deal with that while living in a van. We're about an hour away from my house, so I'm about to get on the road for the last time of this trip, and I will check in with you guys once I get there.
And I hope it's not too late, 'cause you're so attractive.
All right, we are passing over the Potomac River into DC, and just down the river over there on the left side, you'll see the Washington Monument, and then that's where I used to work. So I used to work in Crystal City when I worked for the government. And funny story about that, I'm probably one of the few people in history that has gotten a citation from the Pentagon Police. Oh wait, real quick. We're finally in Maryland. Woo! But what I was saying is I'm probably one of the few people in history that has a citation from the Pentagon Police, because when I had to go into the Pentagon for work, it was the first time that I had ever gone there, and I brought my backpack with my work laptop and a bunch of stuff in it, and I forgot that I had a 5-inch switchblade knife in my backpack. When my bag went through the detector, they like pulled me to the side and asked me a bunch of questions about the knife, why I was bringing it, and I was like, I honestly forgot that it was in my backpack. I was like, you guys can just keep it, I really don't need it, and they confiscated the knife and gave me a citation. So I was almost a terrorist, but luckily it wasn't. So we're only 30 minutes away from my house, so we're getting closer. All right, so before I actually go home, there's one more thing I gotta do. I gotta run into the store and grab myself a space heater for the van, because Maryland is not spared from this winter blast that's coming. And since the van's gonna be parked in the driveway and it's gonna be 9 degrees outside, I'm just gonna plug the van in, put a little space heater in the back garage area to keep my batteries and my water tank warm, because I didn't drain it. I don't plan on draining it, and it just makes me feel a little bit better about it. All right, so they didn't have any in the store, so I texted my parents and they have one at the house, so I'm just gonna head home and use theirs. We're about 5 minutes away, and there we go. We have made it home. 18 days, 2,500 miles of driving, 18 videos, and we're finally here. I'm excited to see my dogs, so I want to head inside and say hi to them, and then finish up the stuff I need to in the van. Also, this is my dad's military trailer camper with a tent on the top. It's pretty cool.
Hello, lovers. Hello. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you? Oh, I missed you so much.
Hey, new floors look good.
Yo. Who's your boys?
All right, so we've got the space heater. Now I just need to turn the van around and back it in so that I can plug it into an extension cord and get this all hooked up in the back. All right. So I've got this port on the back of the van where I can take this adapter and plug it in, and then take the extension cord from up here and run it down to the van and plug it in right here, just like that. And then switch my inverter from inverter to charger. So now that extension cord is charging the batteries in my van. As you can see right here, this light turns on when it's charging. And then I got to take the bike out to make room for the heater, and I'm going to plug the heater in where I used to have my water heater plugged in and get it running to keep the back of the van warm. I've got it plugged in, and then I can go ahead and turn it on low. And there we go. Now the back of the van will stay nice and warm, and I don't have to worry about my batteries or my water tank freezing. So this officially marks the end of our trip. And I honestly cannot say thank you guys enough. This has been by far one of the most fun months that I've had in creating content in my entire 2 years of being on TikTok and YouTube. I feel like I've grown so much as a creator, and I've also connected with so many of you guys on such a different level than I'm used to, and it's been absolutely great, and I really can't thank you guys enough. And I know that I've been teasing another trip in my videos that I have planned, so I figured now's a good time to announce that. So after the holidays, right around the beginning of January, I'm gonna be leaving on another trip in this van, and it's gonna be the longest trip that I've ever taken, distance-wise. It's gonna be about 3 or 4 months, and I'm gonna be traveling all the way down to the southern tip of Florida, the most southern point that you can go in the United States, and then driving from there all the way through the entire United States, showcasing all of the beauty that this country has to offer, all the way up through Alaska. And I wanna make it to Prudhoe Bay in Alaska, the most northern point that you can physically drive in the United States. But that's going to depend on weather and a bunch of other things when I get there. So I'm hoping to get all the way there. If I can't, I will just stop in Fairbanks, Alaska, and that'll be kind of the end of the trip. But hopefully we can make it all the way north. And yeah, that's the plan for now. I'm going to take 3 days off for the holidays and hang out with my family. And then we're back at it. So, and I won't be posting daily for that trip. I'll be posting 3 to 4 times a week, maybe daily if I feel like it. It kind of depends on what's going on, but I'm not going to put the pressure on myself to do it the entire trip. But I will be posting a lot of content, so there's more to come. And although this is the end of this trip, it's not the end of this channel. It's just a new beginning. But yeah, I haven't showered in 3 days, so I think I'm going to take a shower.